Hello everybody, welcome back to another video and what I am affectionately going to start calling the sandbox. Just where we play around, get some ideas, we can build, we can destroy, we can experiment and learn together. And the lesson I am practicing tonight is when it comes to intuitive art like this, it's better to simply get the idea out of your mind and onto the surface than to keep thinking about the idea and let it drive you crazy, or inevitably you distract yourself, or I distract myself, and then you lose the idea. And it could have been a good idea. It also could have been a terrible idea. You never know. But if you don't act on it and record the creative idea, then you will lose it. So I have an idea for this piece, and I'm just going to work it out and try to talk through what I'm thinking. Once again, we're going to start with a little border here. It adds some structure to the piece, gives you a border of white around it that you can either sign in if you want to display it. If inevitably you can put this in a frame, and this edge can be covered and you aren't covering any of the actual artwork. But tonight I'm feeling divided. I'm feeling torn. I'm feeling I have two different ideas, two different thoughts, and I haven't spent the time properly to really determine which one is true and which one is false. So the first thought is that abstract or modern art is, let's see, what is even the words that I'm looking for? Is simple better, right? The question I'm asking myself is how do you know when to stop? How do you know that enough is enough, that you've added enough colors, you've added enough layers? And there's arguments for a more minimalistic style and approach, where you simply have one or two major colors and maybe a couple of highlights or lines and call it a day, and let that communicate your idea. And in a lot of cases, in a lot of my life, simple is better. Using fewer words is better. It's more efficient to just use as little as you need. I'm a minimalist of lifestyle. I am a minimalist in the way I approach most of my life. However, I do like to use a lot of words. I can end up talking a lot. And it's really all in an effort to use the most efficient language to convey my ideas. So even in that, even if I am talking a lot and using a lot of words, and it's actually an attempt to be efficient and minimal in my language usage. So when it comes to art and making pieces of artwork, especially of the abstract sort, where there really kind of are no rules. There are rules, but there aren't. It's really up to the artist on how they express themselves. How much is too much? And how do you know enough is enough? Who draws the line and who decides? Is it the viewer or is it the artist? And there'd be an argument that is the artist. I've been talking to a friend recently, and he's made the very good point that it is my responsibility as an artist, not just to make a piece of art, but to also communicate why I feel the way I feel about that piece of art and why I'm making the decisions that I'm making, right? So, while So this, what I've done here, I've just filled this in. This is sort of to signify in my mind the idea that less is more, minimal is better. Use only as much as you need, and don't add any more than you have to. However, like I said at the start of the video, I'm feeling very torn, very unsure. I see the benefit of both sides, because here's the other perspective. What color do I want to use? Green? Is it blue? I feel like red would be good. This is not a good red. I don't like this red. What do I want to do? I think I will do red, even though it's an odd color. I think I will do red. Try to get it boosted up. Open up a sketchbook. See, this red just looks kind of sad. But in this piece, I think, well, green would be nice. Maybe a mixture of both. Red and green do go well together. Let's bring this back. On the other hand, I like to add a lot of aspects to my paintings. I feel that if a painting does not have at least 4 colors and like probably, oh gosh, how many? If I had to ballpark, I'd say like 3 or 4 different colors and between 2 and 5 different textures, and then extra points if I can layer some of it, put some on top of the other, see how those interact. My approach to the abstract work that I have done so far has been of the opinion that if I do not have all of those aspects, that the painting is not done, and it is not complete, and it is not satisfactory to me as the artist. And there is an argument to say that it's only really done if I feel satisfied with it. However, the conundrum comes in to the question of, if I feel satisfied with a piece, but if nobody understands it, then what's the point? And I guess technically, somebody will understand it. It doesn't matter if everybody understands it, but it is, I do feel a burden of responsibility to make artwork that people understand, even if it is an abstracted style. So, do I just make the paintings that I feel are done at the potential loss of understanding of some people, or do I focus on the less is more aspect and try to simply add the colors, textures, and content objects in the painting as little as I need in order to communicate the message that I'm actually trying to send with the painting? So that is where this inspiration for this idea has come from, is I have 2 different ideas and they both have benefits, and there is some overlap And one is more minimal, less is more, one is more, add as much as you want, add as much as you can. So let's go ahead and sign it. And call it a day. Thanks for watching.